So what does it mean to live free?
Yeah, I think freedom for me, just, growing up, watching my mom be a single mom and struggling, I always felt like freedom was having a very successful career. And, from a young age, I always wanted to be independent, and I was able to do that, became a director of nursing. But then I think real life happens, and, you have other dreams, and to be a mother was another dream for me. And after having two children, I realized that there was no freedom. I never saw my kids, I never saw my husband. I felt like I was always building someone else's dreams.
The whole concept of living free is very foreign to us, even though we live in America and we are the land of the free. Mm-hmm. We are tied to our job and our finances like a prisoner in jail. Yes. Almost feels wrong to want something that's bigger and better.
Mm-hmm. Because people don't think it's possible, the majority of people in the population, but they were able to retire their husbands. They were able to call their shots.
Sometimes I think in life you have to just step out of your comfort zone and say, if I want to have a life that I've dreamt of, I have to be someone that I've never been before. And to do that, you have to grow and stretch. And so if you're in a position today, you're doing the same things and you're comfortable, well, I can promise you comfort. Anything that you're in, if it's comfortable, it's not going to move you to your dreams and goals. It will not take you from your dreams to your destiny in that comfort zone. You hear it all the time.
I'm excited about it. And what I loved about it is that 2019, my mother became very, very sick. Prior to that, actually, 2016, I should say, or 17, I can't remember. It seems like it's forever. But I was able to take some time off and be with my mother, and also to be with my daughter. So I have 3 children, and my youngest, and she's 20 now, but back then she was in high school, and she was a big swimmer. So, her father and I, we both had corporate jobs as well, but I was able to take the time off. And it was scary for me to not have that, other income, because when I got introduced, I thought, okay, I can have 2 incomes, and I'm replacing my ex-husband's.
That's right.
Because I was divorced. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't 100% like not in corporate America, but it gave me, and it still does, it gives me leverage. So God forbid that something happens, I can say it's okay. I have money over here. If I lose my job, or I've lost, my job in corporate America. Uh-huh. But I didn't have to panic like most people do. Mm-hmm. So to me, that's a sense of freedom, however you want to define it.
That's right.
And it allowed me to build my home. It allowed me to travel and do this as a single parent. And I don't know many women that were able to raise 3 teenagers at the time, put them through college, buy their cars, help their father pay for half. It's really hard. It's financially difficult. But I didn't have that difficulty because I was able to have that second income for me. So it's a little different, but
yes.
It does help.
That's such a good point, though, too, because I think right now, just in the world in general, since 2020, when the world stopped spinning, right, there's been so much uncertainty. And having that backup plan, I feel like a side hustle is just so smart. And my husband's been very successful, general contractor, had a very successful company in Jacksonville. And, when 2008, 2009 hit, we didn't have a backup plan. We had all eggs in one basket. I was a stay-at-home mom, and it was scary. And I feel like there's parallel lines right now in the world that I think side hustle is the job security, and it's just smart, and hey, if it could give you freedom as well, why not?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that is probably the bigger piece of this, is realizing that it's people put their brains in these boxes, and it's like, this is all that I can do. This is where I'm meant to be. This is my freedom, and this is my self.
Right.
and I think it's, hearing your stories, like, break out of that mold. Like, you have to take what you know and throw it on the ground and shatter it. And once it's shattered, you can pick up all those pieces and put them in water and get them palatable again, and then keep remolding. I mean, that's what I think is so amazing, and why I'm excited to be a part of it is I have had the opportunity to create a lot of freedom for myself and what I do, but to be in a community of entrepreneurs and people that think are like-minded and want to grow something big and beautiful that helps other people. And, you know, encourage everyone to find this freedom and evolve out of yourselves. You know, you don't have to live in a life of prison. And I think not even reminding people, I don't think most people realize that, because it's like, this is all there is.
Yeah, I mean, it was scary. Like for me, when I first started in this space, I was like so scared. I mean, I'm the worst salesperson. I always felt like it was sales, but it's not. It's like sharing something you love. But I think in the beginning, we all think that like we're going around selling, and we're not. But there was definitely fear. And especially as we get older, we're like in our job and we're very successful at whatever we do. And to step out of that and be humble enough and to kind of put that pride and ego aside, but it's so empowering. And I bet you can remember when you first got started, like there was always like
I had, because there was such a negative connotation with direct marketing.
Absolutely, and I definitely want to touch on like the memes from like the people you haven't seen since high school.
Right.
And you're like, hey, I have a great opportunity, you know?
Yeah, it is a classy way to do it. We're definitely classy way.
Yeah. But for me, it was honestly, when I did start, I had no idea what I was doing. And I was already in sales, you know, and I was already, to me, it was just a mindset. And that's what this business is. One of the things you hit on earlier is the self-development part. I remember, you know, doing a presentation, and when I was working for the pharmaceutical company I was working for at the time, my boss actually said, your presentations have become phenomenal. Like, are you doing self-development classes like Tony Robbins or something? Yeah. And I was like this. Like, I had no idea. And once I left that company and we stayed connected on social media, you know, I friend requested him to stay connected. He was like, that's what you've been doing. And he was like, you could have told me. And I was like, well, I didn't want it to interfere, but yes, I enjoy the community part of it. I enjoyed the self-development part of it. There was a lot of things I learned about myself along the way in the last 10 years, and it's humbling, you know, and you get to relate to people, I think, you know. However, it's a business model. It really is a business. And any way you want to look at it, people say pyramid scheme, and I always laugh because I mean, I've worked, and I still do, in corporate America, and unless you're either, you know, the one who starts the company, you're getting to the top, it's very hard, you know, unless you know somebody, unless you really work your butt off, unless all these things, but most people aren't willing to go to that great length to give up, you know, and I've been there. I've been 12, 15-hour days, and you give up quality of life, and it's really hard. And it's like some days I question myself going, why am I doing this, right? And I had my why. I was always doing it for my family and my children, and to better their lives and make sure that I can provide for them and be a great provider. And so I always talk to people about that. I'm like, when they say pyramid scheme, I'm always like, it just sounds ignorant in many ways, because it's not a scheme. We're selling it's a good, we're sharing. These are amazing supplements. And the older we become, I know more and more people are you know, taking supplements too and becoming healthier. But this is a business model, and when people understand that, and it's not the conventional, you know, clock in, clock out. You got somebody nagging you. You didn't get. Like you said earlier, and I love how you said it, I wake up when I want to. I work, and I know I'm effective like for 4 hours. I can get more done in 4 hours than probably most people can in 8 hours, right? And
high five.
Right? I mean, I can. When I'm, you know, and I'm like, okay, and I really a great manager of time and territory management in my life, and so it's like, okay, make my to-do list, get it done, you know, get everything in, and then get to being a mom or get to enjoy my life or whatever it is. This business model allows people to do that in a way that they're just not accustomed to and not used to.
Well, side hustles, you know, and direct sales, all, you know, all these, it's the way of the future. You know, I think word of mouth marketing does 3 times more annually than the NFL, which is a very big business. And, you know, the millennials have changed things for us. We, people in general, want to work when they want, how they want, where they want.
So
and that's the beauty about this business.
Right there before we get too far off this topic, because both of y'all are talking about, you know, direct marketing and like ultimately, if you're an influencer or you have gone on your Instagram or Facebook and suggested somebody buy something or talked about how amazing something is, you're literally doing direct marketing.
Yeah.
Like guess what? And you're probably not getting paid.
Yeah. Or if you told somebody about a movie or a good restaurant, you're basically selling to them.
Same
thing. You're just not getting paid when they go buy the ticket.
So like exactly.
You're right.
And it's okay to like be made fun of because when you have plenty to back up your success, and I think a lot of those negative connotations, and I'm not gonna lie, like I've never been negative toward direct marketing. I've just been like, that's not what I'm focused on right now. And it gets a little like, you feel a little sketchy trying to like go and like talk to your closest friends and
I mean,
whatever.
Look, if you opened a restaurant in your local town, what would you do? Would you call your friends?
Sure.
Would you tell them you're having a grand opening? Would you invite them to come check out your menu? What's the difference? What, because it's online?
Exactly.
No,
I mean, you have it.
I mean, if I opened a hair shop, I'd be like calling all my girls. I'd be like, hey guys, doing hair now. Come check out my place. I'm having a grand opening. And that's really all we do. But for whatever reason, I feel like people are not used to being an entrepreneur.
I think it's bigger than that. I think people are jealous of the freedom that those that find success in that space. And anytime you have jealousy, you have people that come out in the hordes to be haters.
Or they're just so scared that they can't do it, then they're jealous.
Absolutely.
But that's a them problem.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's where the self-development part has really changed and opened up my eyes. And I think is maybe a better human being all the way around.
Yeah, I'm such a different person now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, no matter what corporate America could have taught me, I had a really good job. I had a big job, and I would say that it's the top of my career or top of my profession. But I never grew like I have here. There's pieces of this industry. It's just like an undercover self-development course. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever done, and in 365 days, if you decide to say yes to this and join us, 365 days from now, you won't even look at yourself in the mirror and know who you are. It's just a level of growth you can't even explain. And it's just powerful because we empower women to spread their wings and lean into fear. I mean, the biggest things for me is understanding I'm gonna be scared, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And people are so scared of failure, but if you don't quit, you won't fail. And that's it. I will until, and I've said that to myself over and over again, and step out of your comfort zone. Right. And that's where real true peace and I believe, your success lies. So
very true. Even if it's baby steps.
Even baby steps, yeah. But the good thing is you have some really powerful girls here to help you. Or guys too. I mean, we're not. My husband's super powerful. My husband's super powerful, and maybe we'll find you somebody here too. You never know. Okay, guys, no. You'll get like a bunch of inboxes. And you're like, okay, I'm totally down. Where can I sign
They're
up?
already in there, so like, no. But exactly, and I think one of the best things that I was told when I was in my early 20s and I just started in a sales position was, if you tell yourself you can't do it, you're never going to be able to do it.
Right.
And if you tell yourself you can do it, you will eventually be able to do it, even if you fail initially. So I think that's important. And obviously, everyone slips up and feels like, I know for a fact, there are plenty of days that I lay on this rug, which I took a photo of myself laying on this rug, because I either cry or think because I just get overwhelmed because it's scary. But I know I'm living in a right space. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to feel like nothing is normal or known factors. And that's what's cool about this type of opportunity is you have a community versus being a business owner. I only have me. I mean, I have people that work for me, but I can't really turn to them and be like, I'm so scared. They're like, okay, leader.
Right. Gotta go in the closet.
Yeah,
exactly. We all are I can't even talk. We all are leaders, and we all get to be leaders together. So it's not one person out in front, it's everybody together.
That's right.
And it's just supporting each other. And I think, the biggest piece of this is allowing yourself to be moldable.
Good.
We
Coachable.
don't, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Coachability is very important. And it's hard because, people say they're coachable until you tell them something they don't want to do and they're not coachable. So that has definitely been, I think, because just in my last 6-7 years in this space, we have grown a team over 40,000 people all over the world. And the main thing is really just being coachable, because all the skills that you need, they could be taught. If you can drive a car, you can be taught any skill. It's really about just getting out of your own way and understanding that the most powerful thing you can do is strengthen your mind, because the 6 inches between your ears, that is the most important piece of real estate, because the stinking thinking and the things that we tell ourselves every day, that's what holds us back. All the other things will come. So if you're coachable, you have the skills, and really if you have a good heart and good intentions with good action behind that, you could do really well here. And if you've been praying for an opportunity and you've been looking for something in your life, like, you're not watching this by chance. I don't think there's any coincidence. I feel like you're watching this for a reason, but it might be scary and it might feel like you might feel a little fear, but that's good. Lean into it, because that's what's going to make you successful, like these ladies. They leaned into the fear and they felt it and they did it anyway.
It's all, any strong emotion is energy, and it's just harnessing that energy to propel yourself to the next step. And it's sometimes it's really hard, especially when it's a negative energy, to harness that and have it propel you into a positive place. But I have had the most positive experiences from having the most negative energy. And I absolutely, I'm not coming into this opportunity half-assed. I'm like all in, and I want to be able to support whoever comes on board as well, because I know it is a scary space to get into if you don't know anything about direct marketing. And it's, I'm in new territory as well. I have not done this before.
Yes, and she's being very coachable, right? She has 2 girls right here, she's being very coachable, and she's excited. And what I love is that Allison has been so successful, and a lot of the people that she loves and cares about, she can't do a business with them because it's a different space. But here, you guys can hitch your wagon to her train, and she can coach you and train you and help you, get to the place that you want to be. And that's what someone did for me, and that's what someone did for Becky. And now our heart and our passion is to look for those out there who are also raising their hand and saying, I want to change my life. 2023 is going to be the best year of my life. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but if these 3 girls here, these women, are going to help me, I'm willing to. And, I just love that, Allison is putting this out there like that, because there are so many people that could benefit from what we're doing here today, whether you're in Jacksonville or, we're open in 14 countries. So, and we're opening 100 more here soon. So there's so much opportunity to grow and expand and help so many people in your life that you love.
And I think what you're saying, like, if you're seeing this, you were meant to see this. Like, this is meant to speak to you, because I came on board and it was just right. I just knew it was right. And if you know that, don't hold yourself back because you're scared. Like we're saying, do it. Take the jump.
Right. You gotta open the kimono a little bit. It's a vulnerable space, and I think when people feel vulnerable, they're scared and they feel like vulnerability is a weak thing. It's actually strength. When you're able to be vulnerable with people and just give yourself, like you were saying, when you become a servant person versus, leading from behind a computer or wherever, but you truly put yourself out there, that to me is complete strength. And I love coaching that. I love helping people get to that space. There's many stories where I've challenged people that I've coached, and they've gotten really pissed off at me, but they thank me along the way, because I don't pull any punches, and I'm like, well, this is what it is, and this is, you're either willing to do the things that you ask us what we should do, what we need to do, and they're really simple, they're really not hard. Like Francois was saying, it's a mindset. This business is a mindset, and once you allow it to truly, you embrace it, you embrace your fear, you embrace the moment that you're in, and you become present, you get to learn a lot about yourself and other people. And what you thought you were afraid of, 9 times out of 10, ends up being something completely different, right?
And beautiful.
You don't even know where the conversation's gonna go. People are gonna be like, no, thank you, but it was awesome talking to you. Can we, you develop friendships and eventually they'll join you. I've had so many different stories, and it's funny because you hear about them maybe years down the road, and I've always been fascinated. I'm like, that's what you thought I was thinking? Or, or that. It's funny because we're human beings, and I know we all have this mindset. But that's what this business is, and if you're willing to grow and change your mindset, as well as giving yourself the ability to be able to be financially free and give yourself time, or allow yourself to have time, maybe you want to retire earlier, I don't know. This is what this business is at the end of the day. And
yes, and I also think it's important. I love reading, and I read this book, and one of the things it said, which I think is important to remember, is there are millions of dollars out there with your name on it. And everybody might be making their millions, and you're like, well, everybody already made the money. I don't have any money. No, it's meant for you. You just have to go out there and get it.
Yes.
Like, it is literally, the opportunities are there, and this may not be that opportunity for you, and maybe it is. But my point is you must take a step to achieve that. It will not just come to you if you just sit around or wait for. Abnormal things will not happen if you're not taking abnormal steps.
Absolutely. And timing's very important too. I think a lot of times people hear, they hear about the direct sales network marketing space, and they talk about getting in early. I mean, the opportunity we're sharing with you right now, the company's only been open for actually 3 weeks, almost 4 weeks now. And it's crazy. It's as ground floor as they come. There's even an opportunity to become a founder. And that's something you don't see. I know that, I've been in the industry for 7 years, and I've come across people that's been in the industry for almost 3 decades and never had the opportunity to become a founder. So it's something not to take lightly. If you've been in a position where maybe Bitcoin came and passed you by and someone was like, hey, you should invest, you're like, no, it's not for me. Or even another company in direct sales, and you've seen your friend go off and make a bunch of money, you're like, man, I wish I coulda. These are those opportunities that if you've been praying, when God actually gives you something, you have to be ready to receive it.
Yes.
And you have to see it. And it's the craziest thing. It's like, you're like, oh my gosh, please bring me something. And then your girlfriend calls you and says, hey, I have an opportunity. You're like, no.
You're like, right. How many times does that happen?
Like,
but
really?
people will pray for it, it comes to them. But it's not in the form of what they want.
Right.
You're not winning the lottery.
Exactly. You kind of are.
You are. In this moment in time, in your exact, I get so excited because
to win the lottery, though, you still have to buy a lottery ticket.
Right, you have to step
you
out.
have to go get it. Right.
So yeah, like you still have to invest, but you're investing in something that's far, like,
It's possible. It's possible. Right?
That's right.
It is possible, but I'm saying your odds are like 1 in a billion, or you can invest in something that you can decide your own return.
Destiny.
Yeah.
Like Francois was saying earlier.
Yeah.
Just, she makes as much as she wants to, works as long as she wants to, or short as she wants to. And, it's one of the things I see with this business and this business model. That she's always doing that. But no, it's, I even call it weekend money. There are those people who they're sitting at a kid's soccer game and they're bored. I mean, you could be doing this anywhere, anytime, and have that extra stream of income coming in. And that's what I did a lot with my kids. Swim meets everywhere,
Yes.
And God only knows. We know swim parents out there. You're there all day, and you're like, and the chlorine starts to get to you. But long story short, you can create another residual income, and that's my favorite. Two words put together, residual income.
And it's not full time; it's part time.
Right.
So if you're thinking,
oh
my gosh, I can't leave my job, we're not asking you to do that.
No.
A lot of people start this 2 hours, 5 hours a week, and really it's like opening your own store, your own restaurant. You open the doors anytime you want. There's no quota, there's no overhead, there's no pressure. But if you do it consistently, kind of like a workout, it doesn't matter if you spend 20 hours in the gym in a week. If you're not, the quality of your rituals aren't intense, and they're not producing the right activities, you're not going to get the results. So if you work this 2 hours a week, you can get really good results if the quality of your rituals are good. And that's the power behind it. And the power also is it's not just you, it's a team. So you just don't do, you're not paid off of just what you do. And it's the power of direct sales. Like when you clock into your job, it's all about you. When you clock in over here, we do this together. So when Becky's out working and I might be doing some of my kids, we're still like, we're a team. I'm still making money. And when it's vice versa, and you know, I'm working and she's out on vacation with her husband, guess what? We're still working together and we're still getting paid. And that's the power of what we're doing. Because if you don't find something where you're not exchanging time for money, you will work the rest of your life. Jim Rohn says it the best, right? So find something when you make money when you sleep. And that's what we've done. What I've been able to make here for my family, I would have to work probably 10 lifetimes as a director of nursing. And I made multiple 6 figures. So, you know, to put that in perspective, what did I do differently? I found a different vehicle. Are you in the right vehicle? Is this the vehicle that will take you to your dreams and goals? And if you can barely save money and have extra to do anything other than pay your bills, then most likely a side hustle would be something that would really bless you in a big, big way.
That's the majority of Americans these days. That is. And I was just
They have nothing extra.
Right, and people are living paycheck to paycheck, and this is that thing. I truly believe where it will give you the cushion or freedom to not be sweating it. And, you know, and I'm going to share a personal story, but my husband is a personal injury attorney, and in most personal injury attorneys, they're waiting. Sometimes they don't settle cases when they want to settle cases. So this came in, they just passed laws here in the state of Florida, and you know, which will bind a lot of personal injury attorneys from making a certain amount of income. And I'm not going to go into it, but business came at the perfect time for him. It truly did. And he's like, oh my God, I can't tell you how lucky he did. He was like, this is wonderful, because, you know, he's able to create another income because he's seen me do it. So he's like, you think I can really do this? And I'm like, yes. And you're a personal injury attorney. You talk to people.
And he likes to talk to people.
You know, he's a ham. He likes to be in front of people and debate and do all these things where I'm like, you know, I'm the total opposite.
And I really have enjoyed watching him shine too.
Right?
Yeah.
He's being he's coachable. He's learning.
He's so coachable.
He's always aha moments every day, and I'm like, and it's humbling him.
Yeah. I mean, my husband was in construction, and I would have never thought he would be a full-time 100% network marketer, but he loves it. And, you know, I think in his job, he always felt like he was herding cats, you know, and he was only good at his next job. And here he's had a chance to really just expand his wings and grow. And I love working with him too. So if you're married or if you have a significant other, you can do it together, and I love
this is fun.
It is a lot of fun. Yeah.
And I've done this by myself for years. So when I earned a trip with the other direct marketing company I was with, and brought him on with me, and he's like, I've never had a woman. I feel like, you know. I never had a woman pay for everything and an all-inclusive vacation. And it was beautiful. He's like, he was just so thankful and so appreciative, and he was like,
sugar mama.
Right. Right. So, but it, you know, it was my way of, and I remember we were in the elevator the first day we were there, and I said, I've always wanted to do this with somebody.
Awesome. Yeah, there's power in numbers. That being said, you can still be a single mother.
Yes, you can be a single mother.
You can do it as a single, or you can do it with, I have partners in this though.
Yes.
Right next to me. And that will help keep me on my path, my journey. Because it is a journey for me. And I mean, it is, like, I realize that there's going to be plenty of things that humble me along my path, because I am coachable, but I also coach a lot of other people. Yeah, so it's like, it's a very interesting dynamic and balance for me. That
I'm just thinking too, instead of dating websites, this might actually be better. Because you're like-minded people and you're both earning and being constructive
together. So if you're single, join, and then you'll come to the events.
Yeah.
And you'll be like-minded. And then you will have your partner to journey.
Anyway, you want to look at
Yes.
this, I can make a positive out of it.
Opportunities are endless, y'all, right? Oh, wow.
I've been on those dating websites. They're not that great.
Well, I'm so lucky. I mean, actually, I met
And
my
even if your
husband.
partner doesn't want to be part of it.
I met my husband on MySpace, by the way, but it was not for dating, which is hilarious.
I love your
But
story.
I've never been on a dating website, but I met my husband on MySpace.
That's
which is
awesome.
funny, yeah.
You're the original. You're the OG.
I'm the OG. Oh my gosh.
Boom!
Yeah.
We got 3 OGs.
I know.
OG MySpace, I don't know.
So what would you tell, I guess, your audience out there, some of the people that follow you and really care about you, love you, would love to possibly see more, what would you say to them?
Slide into my DMs, like, seriously, if you want to learn more about what we're talking about, this pre-launch, shoot me a message. I'll probably put a link either like under my fingers or it'll be in the bio. I can probably put it in my bio, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put a link in my bio and then,
You can get on a call with Francois.
yeah.
We'll get on a call, we'll answer some questions. Also, if they're local in Jacksonville, we'll probably be having a launch party.
Oh, yeah.
soon,
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll have a launch party if you want to come to something in person. So there's different ways to see, but definitely reach out, DM her and she'll get you some information that you need and find out if it's for you. I always feel like a good business person or anyone should know, at least
Yes.
know what they're saying no to, right? Just don't watch and say, no, there's no way I could be successful. I'm not like them. I haven't done something like that. Don't say any of those. Those are all the stinking thinking negative voices that hold you back. Just lean into it and say, hey, it doesn't hurt to reach out and get information. Like, you're no physical danger. She's not going to eat you, right? You're no physical harm. Just getting information.
And I think it's also, like, I think we were talking about, like, failing earlier. I have failed way more than I've succeeded,
Yes.
but
But that's what makes you successful. So you
Feedback.
learn from it.
Feedback.
yeah, you
That's
keep
okay.
getting up.
God
I
knows
have
how
on
to-
my wall, if you get knocked down 7 times, you get up 8.
Right.
If you get knocked down 1,000,000 times, you get up 1,000,001. And that is just where it is. And the cool thing about this type of business is in your corporate job or whatever, if you screw up, you kind of usually, I don't know, I guess it's like 3 strikes and you're out.
It's funny because most parents, and we're all parents, we don't, if our kids say we can't, they can't, or no, or teaching them how to ride a bike, right? Most of parenting, we're teaching our children they can do things, right? And how to do things. But somewhere along the way, as we became adults, we forgot that mindset. So, but the minute we'll hear our children say, no, I can't do it, and we're like, yes, you can. Like, don't say that. And I always catch myself, I'm like, why do I do it to myself, right? So remember, I mean, that's just,
Good point.
this business made me a better parent too.
Oh yeah.
Has.
Better wife, friend,
Listener.
mother, listener,
Yes.
everything. Yeah, I can't say enough about it. I'm excited for you that's out there watching today, and
Yeah.
we'll lean into it and try something new like we did. It's totally transformed our family's life. I retired my husband, full-time stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home dad, just something very different than I ever had growing up as a child. And I want that for you out there. I want you to change, the legacy of your family. We're the first millionaires. My husband and I come from very humble beginnings. We're the first multi-millionaires in our family, and it's because we chose to say yes to something that scared us. And it's really the only thing that's standing in your way is fear. And if you have faith, you can't have fear and faith. They can't coexist. So you have to pick which one do you want to live by. And we chose faith. So
Lean into your fears.
yeah.
I'll see you later.
Bye guys.
Bye.